Air Bus A380 is the world's largest passenger airliner, seating up to 800 passengers in different class configurations. It boasts 4 engines which are enormously fuel-hungry and notoriously expensive to operate. Because of this higher fuel cost and airlines leaning towards point-to-point connection model instead of hub-and-spoke model, there is not much demand for the Super Jumbo. That is why Singapore Airlines returned one of its A380s after using it for last 10 years. HiFly, a Portuguese leasing airline, took delivery of its first A380. It was the same A380 previously used by Singapore Airlines for last 10 years. HiFly has been making some serious waves in the aviation industry by becoming the first wet leasing airline to own and operate an A380. HiFly's decision to take on the jet shows it believes there is still a market for the A380, which seats 525 passengers in a 3-class cabin. The charter airline is currently providing a number of carriers, including Norwegian, with cover in the forms of A330 and A340 aircraft after problems with the engines on Boeing's new 787 Dreamliner. One of the first customers of this ex-Singaporean HiFly A380 is Norwegian Airways, who has taken the craft for the remainder of August to run its London to New York route, replacing their Boeing 787 Dreamliner that is suffering mechanical problems. The plane is flying daily between London Gatwick and New York. Norwegian is famous for having dirt cheap prices, operating a low-cost long-haul operation that fueled by customers paying for extras, from baggage to food, to pillows to headphones. For example, a flight one way to New York in November only costs $395 compared to an average of $700 with other airlines. But industry experts have raised an interesting point: with each seat on the Norwegian A380 flight being sold for so cheap, is Norwegian even making any money? In this episode of Gadgets and Facts we will be analyzing that in details. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and also hit the notification bell icon so that you never miss a video from us. So how much does it cost to run an A380? Before getting into details, let's just clarify the types of aircraft leasings. Wet leasing is a term to describe a short-term rental of an aircraft that includes complimentary fuel and crew. Practically it is the same as a private charter as opposed to a long-term lease or dry lease in which only the physical plane itself is rented, rest all other cost is borne by the airlines. Before we begin our analysis, let us look at the perfect example of a cost-effective A380, a Qantas A380 on a flight between Sydney and Los Angeles. The data that I will share here are on data from the Australian Bureau of Infrastructure, Transport, and Regional Economics. Air Bus A380, the largest passenger jet, costs between $26,000 and $29,000 per hour, using roughly $17,467 of fuel, that is approximately $42 per mile. A more detailed look at Qantas Airways' flight offers a better understanding of typical costs. On a 14-hour-long A380-800 flight from Sydney to Los Angeles, the airline expenditures amount to $305,735, out of which $11,414 is in food and drink, $12,625 in staff pay and approximately $37,157 in airport taxes and navigation services, and around $244,539 in fuel to fly the 484-seat plane. Let's be realistic, airlines are always not able to fill the entire aircraft. For our analysis, let's say to achieve break-even at 80% seat factor, that is 440 seats occupied including first class and business class, average ticket price should be about $700 one way and $1,400 return. For perspective, Australia's flag carrier charges $13,129 for one of its 14 first-class suites, $10,425 to travel in business, $2,975 in premium economy and $1,599 in economy. Now comes the question: how much does it cost Norwegian to operate the A380? Taking it into account that running an A380 is $300,000 per 14 hours on average, if we assume for simplicity that the flight is only 7 hours long, it would cost Norwegian $150,000 per trip. This is an average cost of $170 per seat, estimating 440 occupied seats. Norwegian is charging only $341 for a round trip. Yes, only $341. So, a profit of only $1 per passenger. Premium economy is a little more forgiving, with Norwegian charging $936. And let's not forget, Norwegian doesn't own the plane, it's a rental from HiFly. We can expect them also to be making a profit on top. Since the service started running on the 3rd of August, every single Norwegian A380 flight has been delayed by over 3 hours. These delays seem to be from the fact that New York's JFK has a limited A380 capacity, something that seems to have not been planned for when Norwegian booked the jet. These delays are not cheap either. According to EU regulations, if a flight is delayed over 4 hours, each passenger is allowed to claim a €600 compensation from Norwegian. Plus, this extra time sitting on the tarmac would cost a fortune. Naturally, this does not make any financial sense and is one easy way to send Norwegian bankrupt. Ultimately, we don't know who will be shouldering this cost. If the blame falls on Norwegian or HiFly, but I am sure we will soon find out. If you guys have enjoyed this video and watched till this far, I am sure you will consider subscribing to my channel to continue receiving quality content like this. Also, don't forget to share it with your aviation enthusiast friends as well. Thank you.